I know what's best for me now, and it's kind of like I'm at that point in my life where I'm tired of subjecting myself to places and proximity to people and I guess environments, not even I guess environments environments, workplaces, you know that it just does not nurture me. Like, it does not feed my being, and it's just kind of like being there just really sucks something from me. And that's just not how I want to live my life. Like, I want to live
Hackers Production.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is the Risque Artist, aka Tanisha. I don't even know where to begin or what exactly to say at this point. Like, I've been uploading videos to social media, trying to get my work out there, put some links and stuff, because my goal was to make some money online. I've been trying to do this for like so long, but the thing is, they never tell you that making money online is one of the hardest things to do, actually. And it requires a lot of time and a lot of effort. Like, just posting on social media requires a lot of time and effort. And one of the things is, it's just kind of like, just because you have followers, just because you have views, like, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's converting into sales. And yeah, that's the kicker. Like, it's kind of like you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. That's a true statement, especially when it comes to business. So there's just a whole bunch of strategies and things that I'm learning more on the marketing side, the how-tos. So it's just a matter for me to take my life more serious and to make a way for myself. Like, this is why it's important for me. To be an entrepreneur is personal because I know what's best for me now. And it's kind of like I'm at that point in my life where I'm tired of subjecting myself to places and proximity to people and I guess environments, not even I guess environments, workplaces, that it just does not nurture me. Like, it does not feed my being, and it's just kind of like being there just really sucks something from me. And that's just not how I want to live my life. Like, I want to live my life on my terms, right? Like, I want to be in control of what happens to me. I want to be in control of my day. Like, I feel like that's the only way I'm going to be happy here on earth. But then at the same time, I am kind of like a melancholic person. Like, I get in a mood and happens or something happens, and it's just kind of like, you have a different perspective that day. You woke up and the cup is half empty, I guess, instead of half full. So yeah, I mean, in order for me to wake up majority of the days with my cup half full, I know that I have to take control of my life. And this is requiring me to meet myself on different levels and challenge a certain part of myself. And that is definitely like putting myself out there, being seen, finding my voice, being myself on camera. Like, y'all remember like that movie with Will Ferrell, and I think it was Talladega Nights, and he was just like, what do I do with my hands, you know? Sometimes being on camera is kind of like, yeah, this is my camera voice, and hi, you know? And then it's just like, okay, this is my regular voice. This is me, like, back off. Well, see, that was even fake, back off, because I really wanted to say F you, you know? But I don't really know if I can really curse on YouTube and who my audience is just yet. So, but, you know, also, like, stay in the course. Stay in the course. Just showing up for myself every day, even when I don't feel like it. Like, I'm definitely learning that right now, because I kind of got in a space where it was just like, nothing's working. This is pointless. Like, why even try? You know? And after like a week's, no, I would say like 2 weeks, like 2 weeks full of, you know, constant effort, and no results. But the thing is, it's just not gonna happen overnight. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's definitely gonna take time for it to happen. So I have to learn patience, like, with myself, and trust the process, stay the course. Don't self-sabotage too much, you know what I'm saying? But do what works within healthy amounts, right? So yeah, that was a long intro, but anyhow, this is gonna be a part of the videos of me making a painting. Okay, like, I still have to throw that in there, because that has definitely been my thing, like, this whole time. So stay tuned. You know, this journey of content creation has definitely been it's been helping me get outside of my comfort zone, like, a lot. And it has challenged me in a lot of new ways. And I think that that's what I really, really needed, was another challenge, because prior to becoming a full-time content creator, I was at a job for 5 years. Well, I was coming up on 5 years, and I told myself, I said, you know what? I'm not going to be here for 5 years, because within that 5 years, I really had no growth at that job, like, none. Like, the job was just supposed to be like one of those, okay, let me do this until I figure out something, you know? And then the thing was, I kind of got stuck there, kind of got like super duper comfortable, and it just got way, way harder to leave. And I just found myself there year after year after year, just always saying, like, hey, I'm going to leave, I'm going to leave, I'm going to leave. And it got to the point where I was putting in applications, and I wasn't hearing anything back from anybody. And then I did have a few interviews, and they led nowhere. And I just found myself just really, like, being in this space of, like, a depressive, like, despair. You know, and I was just like, man, I'm doing everything that I can. I'm, you know, maintaining my life, but nothing seems to be getting better, you know? And I just started to, like, long for an old version of myself. And that version of myself was the woman who actually did artwork, like, every day. Like, that was her safe space. That was her outlet. That was her, you know, like, saving grace. And, you know, along with the art, it was, you know, going out in nature. It was, breathing in the fresh air, being in the sunshine, doing deep meditations and getting into yoga. And it was just really like just being in this flow state. And sometimes it just seems like going back to that, it's just a nostalgia, It's like, gosh, if only I can get back there. And so since I've been doing content creation full time, and I've slowly been getting back into that. Like I see that my routine for exercise has definitely increased. So I work out like every other day, and I've been riding my cycle bike, and I definitely thoroughly enjoy that. Um and I lift my weights too with it. And this week I've gotten back into a little bit of yoga, just a little bit of yoga. And that's one thing about yoga. Like you have to do yoga like every day. Okay? Like every day, maybe every other day. Because if you don't, you will be so out of shape. And I have been out of yoga for like years. And I'm not gonna lie, it has been kind of intimidating, even the thought of getting back to where I was with my flexibility now, being that I'm, older and I'm out of shape and I have extra pounds, and it just seems like very intimidating. But I know what yoga did for me back then, and like just the peace and the tranquility that it brought to my life is, I know that I need that back. I need that back now. Like I really got to work hard with that. And so, but I'm starting to also see that, a lot of people like to, be going to work. They like to be doing stuff, you got to do this, got to do that, got to go here, got to go there. Because sometimes like sitting with yourself and sitting in that space of, I would say, boredom in a way where you feel like, I don't really have anything that I need to do. And you have to create something to do. Like you have to make your own schedule. You have to hold your own self accountable for getting things done. Like you really have to be a self starter. And so with this painting, I did this painting, the original painting, which is, okay, and, okay, original painting. Right. So I did this painting years ago, actually, and I took it to an art show that I went to in Charlotte, and I actually prepared for that show, and I made 3 original pieces of the same piece, because back then I was just like, prints, where am I get prints from? Granted, now I figured out where I can get prints from the size that I need them, and so that's no problem. So I made 3 copies of these, and one I completed to 2 of them I completed to like completions, like full, and then 2 of them I just have like the silhouette to. And so the 2 that I had left over, I was like, oh, let me try them out with my pastels. And so these are the ones that you see now. And so I have 3 paintings. And the painting that I'm going to be showing in this video is the one that has the blue and pink background. I'm not good at naming my paintings, to be honest. I kind of just do them, whatever I think is cool, I just do it and choose colors and do whatever comes to mind. It's part of the play process. So I'm definitely not a traditional artist. I'm definitely self-taught. I've just discovered art many years ago, and it's something that I've stuck to, and it has been a very creative outlet for me. So yeah, I'm pretty sure I've mentioned that on my other videos. But yeah, so this is gonna be the paint process for this, and I just wanted to do like something different, something that was a little abstract, something that was a little different in the background besides just black, you know. And so one of the paintings that I did, I kept the background black, but I just went over it with the pastel and just made like these little circles, and I actually put a hidden message in there, and it's Om. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's the Om symbol, which is like the highest vibrational symbol of the universe. So I've read. I think it's maybe according to Buddhist philosophy. And I know at a point in time I was really deep into like the chakras, and so sometimes I would do my meditations and sit there and meditate on Om. And I'm telling you, one time I was meditating on Om when I was having a really, really stressful day, and I just started Om, and I just did that like repeatedly, like and you just hear the vibrations, like allow the vibrations to be like in your teeth, and you can just feel it and allow yourself to relax. And while you do it, and do it for about like 5 to 6 times and see if you feel better. So sometimes I'll be forgetting about that technique, but yeah, so one of them has that background, and then the other background with the blue and the pink one, that one's just I don't know, and I think that is like the very interesting part in being a human, because I used to ask myself that like all the time. Why is it that I can go to work and I can show up for this place every day, and I can do my job and stay later if I needed to on occasion, not all the time, okay? I was definitely not one of those employees. Was not. I was not afraid to say no. There was a point in time in my life where I would say yes when I really wanted to say no, but I definitely got to the point where I was just like, no, I can't do it. No, I cannot cover. No, I cannot. No, I cannot. No, I cannot. And there was a part of me that did feel bad, but I am a recovering like people pleaser. So anyway, I digress. So yes, filling your filling your day with staying accountable for yourself, showing up for yourself. And it's like it's so easy to do that like in a job. Like your job says, oh, you're gonna be there at 8 o'clock. Guess what? You're gonna show up at 8 o'clock. But if you didn't have that job saying be here at 8 o'clock, what time would you go in? What time would you really get up? You know? Your job says, oh, your break is at 2 o'clock. Okay, break is at 2 o'clock. But if your job didn't tell you that your break was at 2 o'clock, would you take a break at 2 o'clock? So it's just kind of like, okay, yes, society does need structure. And I guess, there are people that do need to be told like what to do and how to do, because they don't know what to do if it was just up to them. And I think that that's how we are all herded in the beginning. And then as we get older and we start to think for ourselves, and we start to ask questions like, why? Why am I doing this? Why do I believe that? And then you start to challenge the status quo, and then you start to look for things outside of the norm. And you're like, okay, well, I don't really like how this is going in my environment. Like, when I graduated from college and got into like the 9 to 5 world, I was like, oh, I didn't like this. I do not like this. Like, I feel like I'm trapped, 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 trapped. And I'm like, man, I got to stay here all day, and I got to do this day in and day out. And, I just feel like this is the thing nowadays where, people are just like talking about it and like speaking out. But this has been going on for eons. And apparently, for a point of time, people were okay with this. Like, they were okay with just not having a life outside of work. Like, their work was just like their primary thing. But my whole thing is work is not an issue, okay? Because I understand like we have to work in order to maintain our lives. We have to work in order to live on this earth. Like, even if we didn't have a job, like a 9 to 5 to go to, we would still have to work. Like, because we think about like, I would say like our grandparents, great grandparents, like way, way, way back in the day before it became like so modernized and we have everything, that's being done for us. Like they had to go out and plant their own food. Like they had to go out and, raise the animals. They had to go out and do everything for themselves. So it was like constant work, constant work. And so being that everything is like so much easier now, it's just like, okay, I don't have to work like that, but we're working in another way. Are you really connected to the work that you're doing? Like, what is its purpose? Like, is your being inside connected? Like, are you really growing as a person? Is it taking you out of your comfort zone? Thank you guys for tuning in to my channel today. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos like this. See you next time. Peace.